Okay, so this video is gonna be about problems with knowledge. So basically, uh, what uh, what our problem is. Uh, so the problem that we have with knowledge is that although we can actually we live in the environment of the world and we can gather knowledge that we can be almost certain about, like the temperature outside, or the earth shape, or or when is the next lunar eclipse, or stuff basic, like what building is the tallest building, or whatever. Or for example, um, okay, many things, like uh, um, all of the knowledge. You can gather a lot of knowledge about the world. There are lots of things you can get to know about the world. But then you can also know about the universe itself, like all of the past of the civilization. There is everything on the internet, and an infinite, a very large amount of knowledge, and you can actually know everything. So it seems to the average human being living in this world that there's nothing else to find. There's nothing that he doesn't have a question in his mind. Doesn't have any question in his mind whatsoever. Okay, and that's the reality of most or a lot of some big percentage of the American or the world's population, that um, you have this world which is very defined and everything is known and there's nothing else to know. But then there are within the confounds of this world, there are like a deep miss unknown things that can never be known. So things like things that it seems like nobody knows. So for example, if I were born from my mother womb, and how could it be that I am as if look, it's as if I came from nothing, like from an egg, for from microscopic egg. So this is actually how I came to this world. It seems to me bizarre. It seems more likely that as if you are cooking meat, right? And there is or meat or something, you cook it, and then there is like a, a death smell. Like if you take, for example, a chicken and fry it with just with oil, you have this disgusting smell. So this is, I think, reminds the smell of clay. So clay is made of water and earth, and we also we when we die we come back to earth. So we become dust and we come back to earth. So I think our skin is like a clay. Okay, it's like clay, and then we as human beings, we are made to this world. So we are in this world. We can call ourselves as if we are slaves in this world, or whatever you call it. We are made of clay. Okay, so we are like clay, clay made, um, clayed people. So we have the skin. You know, if you put your skin in the oven, you put it, for example, like this or whatever, you put your skin, and then the heat from the oven fries your skin very quickly. Okay, so for example, high temperature, and if you remove your hand, you can almost feel like it's cold instead of hot. And then you remove your hand, you discover small yellow bright like shining uh, particles, like not particles, like dust on your hand. So your hand is not like people tell you it's like bacteria, all bacteria, all on the body, but actually all we have, like I think all there is a simpler thing. It's like you made an object, like in Pinocchio or whatever, you make the object and you put it in the world, and then it's supposed to be alive somehow, and you don't know how this is alive at all. So the same, we are as the same. We want to understand how can we come out of this world. It's like Pinocchio trying to come out as a human being. So but I think this is not like Pinocchio. That Pinocchio is a different story, because we can actually come out of this world. We actually, when we go to sleep, if we go to the levels of the subconscious, and that's with completely subconscious, then in like we call it REM sleep, and between 0 and 4, for example. So you actually are not you not don't need you need your body, like for supposedly need your you supposedly you need your body, but you don't actually need your body at this point. You are already in a dimension of your own, and you can be in your own dimension whenever you want. It's like you come to this world and think you can do the same. Why this world is constructed by material? Your body is made out of material. I don't know why it's that the world is made of material and not metaphysical things. Like you you go to pee, for example. I think it reminds me of oil. You see like a machine that you're feeding. And why people, this the most nourishing thing is oil. The most energy thing is oil. So, and you pee oil, okay? So we are like machines, and also we have we have um, what more? And we are programmable, I think that, but I don't think we are a machine. I think we are. I don't know how this can be, because it seems to me, even it seems too hard to me to understand how we are all copies of each other. Like when we go out of this world, like when we die, what makes of all of these people? When, for example, you take 5 people in this world, and then in the afterlife, where do they go? Like, of course, the body dies. We know the body dies, but we know the brain is also. It seems to me like a complete box with jelly. It doesn't seem to be alive. So when we die, where do we go? So this is a very hard question. Okay, but to answer the hardest questions, like what is matter, and we as actually we are a spiritual being. We are uh, metaphysical. So how are we confined to always be in matter? You see, I'm living in a material object. It is a thing that is it is an object. You see. So how are we why are we supposed to be stuck in objects with matter and made of clay or stuff like this, or dirt with water, whatever it is. That when we burn ourselves, everything is carbon. And carbon is like, I think um, it's like dust. When you burn it, it becomes like the stuff you cook with the like when you burn a tree and then it becomes a choke, and then the choke, if you rub it down to the ground, it becomes dust. So everything reduces down to dust if you burn it a lot. So look, for example, if I touch the wall is actually basically dust with water, and it becomes sticky together. So, but other, chemistry and all of these types of dust, I call it, I don't know, material basically. So if you combine material with water, most of them, they become like more similar to our body. Um, and I think, what is color? I think color is about slavery, slaveness. That we are slaves to seeing color, because I think the world is not color. I think the world is light and shade, and there is a light shining, and then there is the shade. Okay, but color is not a. I think there are many things like this. Color is basically an illusion created by our minds. Okay, I leave it that way.